Probably yes.
All right.
So I would said probably sperminate him.
Wow.
I mean, if he leaves me in that role, I mean, basically he's being allowed to delegate everything. So it's taken all the pressure off him that he felt. If he was having heart conditions, they came, they went. I mean, shit. I mean, you could drop dead. Anybody could. I mean, so, and he had a brain cyst. He did have actual real medical issues. And now he's coming back in this role, and he's just going to be delegating. I think, hey, he might have a chance. He might do pretty good.
All right. Someone's sticking up for Urban. I didn't think that was going to happen today.
Yeah.
Todd, what are you thinking?
I'm kind of tossed with Urban here. I mean, one of the things I do like about Urban Meyer is when he did come to Gainesville, even though I'm not a Gator fan, I really despise him, but he let Chris Leak play his final game as a senior with Tim Tebow sitting on the bench. And Chris Leak went out there and looked like a NFL quarterback. He looked really good. With that said, though, I don't think that Urban Meyer has the ability to coach adults. I mean, there are people that are more entitled than you can be difficult. We've seen it struggle with Nick Saban. Didn't do real well. Chip Kelly didn't do real well. Steve Spurrier did not do very well.
Right.
I mean, I still want to.
But he's not going to be one-on-one with the players.
I'm going to sperminate him for 5 years.
Wow.
And then he's going to retire.
For 5 years.
Like, he's done. He never
he's
does
good.
more.
He's good with the best that you're given, but he's not good with the best that the world has to offer.
But it's different from college because now you can go to a fishing pond. You're going to a trout pond, and you can pick which trout you want to take if that trout's available for you.
That's what you're given.
It's not like recruiting, and you can overpower them with all the other people you already have going there, like Alabama does, to where you can get them. I mean, that's. I think he's going to pick good talent. I think if he does take Lawrence, maybe he gets a receiver in the second round, maybe Wilder from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Urban Meyer didn't get that.
He's at least bringing attention to the Jags.
State.
Yeah, they need that. They need that. They rebuilt their whole stadium to make it fan friendly. I mean, they have all sorts of weird stuff going on in their stadium. They have restaurants. They have a bar in the corner end zone. They have all sorts.
They have
of weird.
hot tubs on the top deck where you can sit in a hot tub and watch the Jaguars get decimated.
Well, if that's what it takes to get people there, that's what you got to do.
You can do that at literally any place on earth.
Is it watch the Jaguars? Is
that a sex move, Dirt? The Jaguars gets estimated?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
That's a porno in my ass.
Whoa. Time out. I'm sperminating
Rewind.
I'm sperminating them. Who's their coach? Who's their GM over there? Laughlin or the old Giants guy?
Lori
Jacksonville, no, they got rid of Coughlin. No,
They got
right
rid of
now the owner's going to decide on the GM is what they're saying. So I just don't know how much power they're giving over here to Meyer. Khan said they're both going to answer to him. I think we got another power crazy owner, and you know how those backfire.
Do we
And
still
also-
have the same guy?
Let's make the
who
comment
are you
that
taking?
hey, Khan, his son also has the
What?
All Elite Championship Wrestling. His son runs that.
Who, son?
And so no, I'm throwing this in. I don't know if you guys know this. So the owner of the Jaguars, his son is the owner, or I should say, part owner with Cody Rhodes of All Elite Championship Wrestling, which is the wrestling organization that is battling against the WWE right now.
Wow.
And so his son is literally going head to head with Vince McMahon, and then we have Khan, who owns the Jaguars. And I think that family right now, what they're doing is they're trying to make things exciting and interesting right now. And so I think that family is they know what they're doing right now.
Well, that's what you got to do when your team is terrible.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to bring
Liz,
people
can we
there.
hear what
Nickel
you have to say
beer
about-
night, whatever.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, Brando.
Yeah. All right.
I think since Trevor Lawrence will be entering the draft as he's coming into a senior, so as a junior, right?
Yeah. He's already declared. Already declared for the
But
draft.
he's a
senior.
junior.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
he a junior?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that Urban Meyer will have more of a connection working with Trevor Lawrence because he should still be in college, or he could still be in college, and he's used to coaching college.
Young-minded.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Yeah, I like that.
young-minded,
Yeah,
and
smart.
I feel that he can turn around Jacksonville just with, just his young-mindedness. Like I feel
Right.
whatever. Yeah.
He can relate.
I know what you're saying.
He
Like,
can,
I mean,
he can relate to the
it doesn't
players.
matter like what
Yeah,
his
permitting him.
conference.
Whatever it is, he has young
affiliations
players
are-
coming onto the
affiliations
team.
are.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be just like coaching, not just like, but similar.
He's young-minded. Like
Yes.
he's like it's easier to mold.
Yes,
like on
yes,
how
'cause they're all young.
because he's still young. He's 19, 20, 21
exactly.
years old.
And
he's
I think that
he's not
I'll
43
permanent
years
him.
old. He's not Tom Brady.
I know, but it's so
Exactly.
different from college where you can control them. You can run them like they live in your nation. When they're pros, they want to do whatever they want to do because they have the money to do whatever they want to do. They don't have to stay
But you
at
don't
home like you do
really
in
have the
college.
money to do what you want to do.
You're in a
Maybe
rookie
not- maybe
contract.
not.
You got the money to leave, sure, but you don't have the fucking mindset
It doesn't.
to do what you
all
want
I'm
to do
saying
because
is
there's
you
people
have
making
the
your
freedom.
decisions
No,
for
in
you.
college, you don't get that. You don't get that luxury to decide what you're going to do that night. You're always stuck with buddies. You have to stay in. Hey, be in by 10. No doing nothing. NFL, there's nobody there to watch you. There's no door monitor.
Well, right
There's-
now is COVID time, so yes, there is.
But
Yeah,
also,
there you
also going on what Liz said, he's coming from a college situation into the pros. So how
With a-
easy is it for a college-minded coach like Urban Meyer to take this kid straight out
Out of college, exactly.
into training camp and keep him and try to, as a leader,
Form
keep
him.
him on that mindset of college, the college
Exactly.
I think we're all missing
the
a.
strict college regimen of it.
We're missing a
That's
big
all.
spot. No,
That's
we're
all
missing a
they're
big
both
spot.
used to. They're both used to that. Nothing else but
We're
that.
missing a big similarity with both of these, and that's Dabo Sweeney, same kind of coach as Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
And I could see that working over real well. I mean, the offenses are kind of really similar.
But like with Trevor Lawrence, I mean, that dude looks like he lost his virginity listening to Sarah McLachlan.
So what?
So
He's a purist.
I feel like you could really fucking.
I think he did.
Just like
I mean, you
control
were over
his
here
mind.
just
I feel like you could.
you were just
The
over here
art
riding the Gators like they were the
angel.
highest kite in the world with Tebow as your quarterback.
Who
says
didn't
he
lose his
still-
virginity at all?
So
No,
Tom,
he,
sure
no,
he
he
got-
got, yo, he got
I'm sure
some-
he got
he
molested a few
simplicity.
times
He got
in Gainesville.
simplicity.
I'm sure.
not trying
No,
to
he
not trying to
never
run the dating game here or make the connection here, but you and Skinny are both Tampa Bay Bucks fans, but you're also both Florida State Seminoles fans.
I think he was riding the.
So we're the same bands. So can I go find you a gay partner as well?
Oh, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I like purple. Prince. Prince is your guy.
Yes, Prince
Let's
is
go
my guy.
dig him up.
So,
Yes.
Back to necrophilia we go.
All right. Well, this one more tidbit there I'd like to throw in for Urban Meyer, since everyone here thinks he's a QB guru and a maker of men. He created Dwayne Haskins. So
No Maskin Haskins.
There's that whole
No Maskin.
thing.
And
He also
Good
had
luck,
12
Trevor
gauge.
Lawrence.
and
He had
Ern,
12
and
gauge.
Ern Hernandez.
Yeah, 12 gauge. Yeah.
And Fields. He brought Fields to the program too, I believe too.
Yeah.
So
Good luck, Urban. With,
Can't blame
what do
him.
they call him? Sunshine?
sunshine.
Yeah.
Was he coaching Ohio State? Ohio State, right? Yeah.
He was.
When Ryan Shazier went there.
Shazier, yeah.
Paraplegic
that would be Shazier,
from-
for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Yeah.
Yeah,
what
definitely.
ended up being his career-ending diagnosis? What was that?
So I don't know the diagnosis, but I know Pittsburgh kept him on the team and like kept paying him just because he did like a lot. So respect.
All right. Well, to wrap up this terminate, germinate, sperminate, let's go to your favorite head coach. He was a little bit bewildered, but this is post game. All right, this is post game. He didn't know what he was talking about. Okay, Mike Tomlin, coach of the Steelers.
I wish we could have scored more points, but the game ain't to score more points sometimes. Okay, it's to win in all 5 phases of the game, and I felt like we won in 6 phases of the game. Obviously, this is going to be bad on my resume. Nobody likes losing to the Browns. Clearly, we were a team
Clearly.
that died on a vine tonight, and I'm not talking about the vine that goes to heaven. I'm talking about the vine that got canceled. Like TikTok soon will be canceled. This is a tough one. I'd rather lose my virginity to Marky Mark and Boogie Nights than lose to the Browns.
I'm deep in the streets.
Wasn't
That's
in
not
his
a real
Corvette
dick.
tonight. No Corvette. More like Corolla.
All right, so just you, Liz. Just you. Just you. Let's wrap this up real quick.
Where do you go from there?
Terminate, germinate, or
Liz.
sperminate Mike Tomlin. Let's just end it right
My
there.
God.
What do you think?
I'm sperminating Mike Tomlin. I
Okay.
think I love Mike Tomlin.
Let's make more.
He's a great coach.
He should not lose his virginity to Marky Mark, first of all. I would rather take an L to the Browns. I think that we just needed to fire our offensive coordinator. What's his name? Randy Fitchner, whatever his name is. I don't
We all
know.
needed to lose.
Makes sense.
We all needed to
I
lose.
don't. I love Mike Tomlin. There's people who hate Mike Tomlin. Blah 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 blah. I love Mike Tomlin.
Well, maybe he should stay away from the microphone. I don't know what he was
I
babbling about.
think it was like after the game, like he had all this like, you know what I mean, emotion. So he didn't really know what to say. So he just kind of jumbled
Well, he
like
should've
his
just
words.
cried with the
Like,
other
I don't
guys.
know,
Yeah,
like,
he's coaching for 10 years. So Tomlin, I like Tomlin. I think
I
it's
like
good. I
Tomlin,
think it's
yeah.
good for Pittsburgh to have lost this year because they need to make some structure changes.
No, it's true.
No, they do. If they would have gone to say the championship. They were like, all right, everything still works here. We're not going to make any changes.
Plus, we had a lot of injuries
Yeah.
I'm deep now.
throughout.
No,
like,
but I
the
think-
entire
You had a tough
Doesn't
season.
cure catching the ball though.
No, but I think what Todd's saying
That's
is correct.
true.
Like,
That's
if
true.
if you went all the way to the championship and lost there, then there would be more of a the way that the team in the front office would look at it is like, hey, we went all the way there. Maybe we just need a slight tweak. But losing that way, losing in the wild card game, makes the front office look at it and go, okay, let's totally reevaluate the way this team plays. Let's reevaluate our roster, reevaluate our staff, and figure out, what was the problem.
Our
Yeah, I think
injuries.
that's why I
We've
say
had a
Pouncey to
lot
the
of
Jags.
injuries this season. We were
Yeah.
the only team in the NFL who did not have a bye week.
True.
We played 3 games in 12 days.
Yeah.
We did not have a bye week. We had no rest.
That's a factor.
Against terrible teams.
So- especially
It
when
doesn't matter. It's against a team in the NFL. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it was against
Yeah.
Jacksonville. It doesn't matter if it was against the Jets.
And
It
you
doesn't
got-
matter who it's
It's
against.
still an
it's
NFL
an
team.
NFL team.
Yeah.
It's people who are being paid to play the game.
yeah.
I know, but some of those games you're going against Baltimore was missing half their team because of COVID.
Yeah,
They're
Todd,
also
they're
still-
all
We're missing half our team due to injuries.
They're all missing players. I've heard that argument so many times, and I'm sorry, I just can't take it anymore. Can we move forward? The Mike Tomlin speech is what we're talking about right now. There's a little bit of philosophy within his words there, and I think he shared it in the entire team, the entire Browns organization, or entire Steelers organization, and that's this: they were so head fucked by the Browns that Tomlin sounded like he had an arachnoid spider brain that Urban Meyer suffered from. I mean, he was all over the place. 6 quarters.
Ouch.
6 quarters.
And I think that has to do with 6 phases and whatever he was talking about.
Yeah, the 6
Marky
phases.
Mark. I mean,
Yeah.
he talked about losing his
Marky
virginity
Mark.
to Marky Mark. So I think that Browns, what they did to get inside their skin, I don't know that it's ever going to happen again, but it happened this
worked.
time.
It worked.
And it happened with team philosophy and team understanding of your component. Never underestimate your opponent.
Yeah.
And they failed that, so they failed a major thing in NFL, regardless of what their records are. You never underestimate your opponent. And they'd live by the sword, they died by the sword.
Tell that
And
to the
Losing
Rams.
Yep.
losing 2 weeks in
Yeah.
a row, losing 2 weeks in a row
Yeah.
to a rival team
Yeah.
will make you go crazy.
Yeah.
two. Talk about losing 5 of your
We
last
beat
6.
we beat the Colts the week prior.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with what I just said. Losing, Dodd, if you're being a Seminoles fan, if you lost the last game of the season to the Gators, and then your first game of the playoffs was the Gators, and you lost again, but not only lost again, but got embarrassed again.
Well, we didn't lose 2 weeks in a row.
I didn't think.
But you lost to the Browns.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
we
think
did.
about the last
28,
And you
28,
went,
30.
and you
Yeah.
lost
Oh, my
like
God.
5 of your last 7, 5 of
I
your
know.
last 6.
Yeah.
mean,
But that's not what
Yeah.
we're talking about here. What you just heard Mike Tomlin doing right there that's Mike Tomlin
He's
going,
making excuses for how their team has performed over the last half of the season. That's
no,
what it sounded like.
It's not. You're not listening. It's what made that crazy rant there from Mike Tomlin was when you lose. You can lose games, But when you lose 2 back-to-back to a rival,
Divisional rival.
where
yeah.
it's
That
like
you have no
literally
respect for.
Steelers camp and Brown